Trip Digital Sound Art Expression. We're back.
Hello, hello.
Got my man Lester in the building.
What's up? What's up?
We got Tiz.
Yo, what's good?
And we have our guest, Will Conlu.
Hola.
Designer, activist, artist, technologist. What else do you do, man?
What
I
else?
mean,
What's up, Will? Welcome to the show.
Elaborate.
Hey, yo.
Welcome.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great.
Right
Glad
here.
to be here.
Another good night in
Yeah.
LA.
We're in LA, Journey. What?
Yes, we are in LA. Last time I saw you was, mad years ago. I don't even know what that means, but that's a long time. Mad years ago. I think I was at your place in Queens, and
That's New York, fam.
we were up all night, probably smoking funny cigarettes,
If you wanna call
having
it that,
conversations about life, liberty, art,
yeah. Yes.
and everything beyond.
All of that. All of the above. Yeah.
Wow. So tell me this, because I never got to ask that question. How did the art start in Will Conlu's life? Like, what was the first thing that you encountered that, like, okay, I'm an artist?
Oh, when I was a kid, I used to like recreate anything I saw. Like I would recreate like the shopping center that I saw that I liked.
Yeah.
Out of like newspapers and like tape. Oh, and like all these like found objects in my house and just recreate it and then like destroy the whole thing.
How old were you, man? When
Oh, that was probably like 7. I was like 7 or 8.
Okay.
But I always wanted to do like
like 2
buildings
years
and
ago.
like architecture and shit.
Yeah.
You say what? That was like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Those
Those
joking
you-
my age.
Hey,
I
those
had
of you
the
can't
old
see,
ass-
this cat looks like he's literally like 13.
I get that
Hey.
a lot out here. It's kind of crazy.
Hey,
That's
but
a good thing. That's a good
Yes,
thing.
it
That's
is.
a good.
I'm like, man.
But you know, when you do what you love, you don't age a day.
Exactly.
You know, you must be going in on what you love.
I mean, now I am like,
Yeah.
it took me a while to get where I'm at, you know? So,
Yeah.
and I switched careers when I moved out here. I was doing
Okay.
clothing straight up in New York. And then when I moved here, I knew I didn't want to stay in clothing. And then
Yeah.
so when I moved here, not only did I move, but I also transitioned careers. And it was a hard the first 4 months because I had no work.
Okay.
And then I finally just started getting boom, 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 boom. And it's been fun.
Okay, let's go back to the New York experience
okay.
because that's where I kind of encountered you through a mutual friend. Where are you originally from?
Virginia Beach, 757.
Virginia Beach. So
Pharrell.
hold on.
Missy Elliott.
I know. I'm like,
Diego.
Timberland.
Okay.
Genuine.
Man.
Roll call.
wow.
You
It's
know, I
some
love
geniuses in
757.
Virginia
Oh, yeah.
Beach. Wow.
Virginia Beach, man.
Yeah,
We used
yeah.
to like sneak into Missy's neighborhood
Yeah.
and check out her house.
I want to
It was
visit.
so
Like our
dope.
first house?
Yeah, the one that was featured on MTV Cribs with the piano thing in the front. Like it was, I mean, like the
Is it
keyboard thingy.
Chris Brown from VA2 as
But
well?
up north.
Ah.
He's like near Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's not 757.
Represent, man. So you started. So the art world started in Virginia, man. How was it growing up there?
It was cool.
Yeah.
Virginia's Virginia. It's always gonna be my home. Like when people ask me like where I'm from or like my hometown,
Yeah.
it's 757 Virginia Beach.
757. That's the area code.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I know. I always
For
say
the
that
people
shit.
that didn't know.
757.
Yeah.
757.
Yeah.
But that's where it started. Like I wanted to do architecture and like, well, my very first occupation, I wanted to be a bus driver.
Let's try.
Nah.
Hold on.
And you know that's cool.
Can you reach
He must have been little. He must have been little.
He's still little. Can you
I
reach
just
the
wanna-
pedals?
I just want to drive these kids around for a living.
But you know what came full circle because what I'm doing now,
I shouldn't be laughing.
It's serving the people.
So you're bus driving now.
In a way, technically not, but in a way, like metaphorically, yes.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
like I get to do user experience, you know, and like all that shit. So yeah,
Hey, look, man.
I like that.
That's
full
cool.
circle. I think that's what life is about, you know. Like
That's
full
cool.
circle.
So you started off as an artist. Did you go to school for for art? What school did you go to?
For college, I went to a school called ODU,
ODU.
Old Dominion University in Norfolk.
Okay.
But it wasn't my first choice.
Tiz, you know about that?
Of course I know about
Oh, you do?
it.
No
Okay.
one really. Every time I ask them, they're like, "What is that ODU?" I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a school. Don't worry about it, you know."
Okay.
I only know him because we played him. That's all.
Oh,
played a bit of basketball.
Okay.
but No, I do
Ill
know
team.
about the ODU.
So
there
I
are-
was trying to go to California when I first got out of high school.
Yeah.
But then it didn't work out because you know it was too expensive out here. Like I had a Cali ID and everything.
Right.
And then I went back to Virginia and just made it work.
Okay.
So you went to school for architecture, or that you?
No, well, at first I did engineering, and
Ah.
then I realized I could do the design thing, but I could not do the math.
Ah,
And I was like, damn, the math is so hard. And I'm Asian too, right?
That's what, okay, hold up. I was about to say something. Journey, I was about to say something, but I didn't.
I wasn't gonna be the one
Asians
saying.
and math Asians and math supposed to be real point.
Like I like numbers, don't get me wrong. I like numbers. I like the way they look. And I
Right.
like, like I can manipulate them, but I can't like trust myself enough to like build a house and not make it fall down.
Man.
I can design it
Hey.
and someone else is gonna do that shit.
Right.
Hey, I think somebody that built the Eiffel Tower was bad at math. So it's cool. It's a monument now.
True.
Wow. So the art started in Virginia. So how fast forwarding? Okay, you went to school. So how'd you get to New York?
On accident. Like my last, so I was classmates with my roommate Duana at the time.
Okay. Did you
And
meet her in
In
Virginia?
school, we had the same class.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, we
All right.
took marketing together, and we
Nice.
would always be late. It was so funny. Like if I was late, she would give me the notes, and then if she was late, I would give her notes. It was really
Right.
funny. But yeah, it started right before I graduated. I thought I was gonna move to California,
Mm-hmm.
and then my good friends from Virginia or VCU down the up north in Richmond, they were like, "Hey, we're going to New York for the weekend. If you want to come, like we're taking a bus up there." And I did it.
Yeah.
And I fell in love. Like I even applied to jobs when I first got up there. I was like applying to the Adidas store in Soho and
Yeah.
all that shit. My friend worked at a Complex magazine at the time as an intern.
Okay.
And so and I knew that I wanted to work for Mark Echo. Like I've always wanted to work for him. I admire his hustle and
Dope.
everything. And I wanted to work for Zoo York and do like their graphics on their t-shirts.
Uh-huh.
So I went to their building and I like took a picture in front of like their sign that said Zoo York. And then that was my dream. And then
Right.
yeah, so then that's why I moved up there.
Okay. So what was the first company that you started working for when you got to New York? Because I know you went into fashion.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, so the first company was publishing, and I went into this magazine called JPEG Magazine. I was an intern. Then I got a second job
Okay.
doing like animation or graphics for like this online game, interactive game called Dragons versus Robots.
Oh.
So I had
okay.
2 jobs when I
Cool.
first got there, and then the recession hit, and I lost both jobs.
Wow.
Wow.
What year was that?
2009, the
9
year like
to
the year
9,
after.
Okay.
right.
I
And then
so
that
feel
was
your
a
pain.
struggle.
That was around the time that I moved to New York. I didn't feel like it was a recession, but that was the nightlife. I mean, they had bottles and
DJs didn't
cocaine
have a
still
recession.
going.
Shit.
That was-
Journey
But,
ain't
yeah.
have no recession.
I mean, it was tough because I
Wow.
only moved to New York with what like $1,000 and then $600 that went to rent. So like I had to hustle, like and just like try to make it work,
So were you living in Queens at the time? Or?
Yeah, with Duan. Yeah, my
Okay.
yeah. So then,
So that's the same place?
I lived
okay.
there for 3 years, yeah,
Wow.
and then
Wow.
moved on.
Okay.
But what's cool about that whole story is I finally got to work for Mark Echo, and then that's when I realized I wanted to
Okay.
get out of fashion.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
no disrespect to him, but like
Big up to Mark.
What?
it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
It was
Meaning?
not what I thought it was gonna be.
So elaborate on that.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what I'm
got
about
into
to say,
fashion.
please.
Like what did you see that you didn't want to see?
The first fashion job I had, I loved it, because I was doing everything. Like it was
Yeah.
like this small startup, and we had 3 brands, and I learned everything like on the fly. Like
Yeah.
I didn't go to school for this shit, but they trusted me enough to handle that stuff.
Okay.
So I wanted to prove myself.
what were you doing
Yeah.
exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Like, what
everything.
was-
I did production, I did the print, I did the marketing, I did like the website, I did like actually getting the garments made. Like all that, managing freelancers.
Wow.
I was like, what? They gave me all this fucking
They
responsibility.
gave
and I'm
you
like,
startup shit.
I say he's one person, right?
Yeah. but I
Running the
learned
whole
so
company as an
much.
intern. It's like,
Exactly.
But I learned so much, and I was really grateful for them just giving me a chance.
Yeah.
And then I lost that because the company folded.
Okay.
And then that's how I got into Mark Echo, because he bought, or his team bought the part of the license of like what we were doing.
Yeah.
But then he took the designers too. He tried to take the other designer, but I went, and the other guy went to G3, another company.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's how I got into Echo, and I liked who I was working with, but it was just I think they were doing too much. They're trying to do too much all at once.
Okay.
So I think that's why now it is like it got bought again by Iconics, and then
Iconics. What's that?
Iconics is like a big company that owns a lot of other smaller brands, but they also have like their own
Ah.
brands too. in a
Okay.
way.
Do they still allow? They have those brands running as their same name, or is it still under the Iconic? And
It's
that's
under Iconic, but it's still running under the
Kind of
same
the
name, yeah.
umbrella. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay,
I mean,
okay.
a lot of the Echo stuff now is not into works. I think they stopped Echo Red, from last what I heard, and then I think they have Cut and Sew, but I think they're mainly focused on Complex Magazine and the Complex Con, what they're doing right now.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Did you go to
Yeah.
Complex Con this
No.
year? Oh, it was
I
amazing.
wish.
It was
Man, that'd be nice.
amazing.
It's-
First year jump off. Oh, it was
It's
so amazing. Yeah.
Next year, hopefully, I can go.
Yeah. It's only going to get bigger because they had the fashion thing going. They
Yeah.
had the performances and stuff like that, and then they just had that whole culture.
Yeah.
Yo, so where?
Complex out of the culture.
Hey, Journey, for the audience, when is Complex Con? So I don't know.
When was that?
You know?
It was in January.
It's in January.
Yeah,
Is it annually in January?
Don't know. I mean, they probably changed it or whatever, but it was at the Long Beach Convention. But it was off the chain. It was
Definitely.
good.
I
Good
wanna
for like
go.
culture.
Where,
Definitely.
it takes place in New York.
Oh no, here.
Here.
Here
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or in
first-
Cali,
Yeah,
in
for
Southern
Cali.
California. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I seen
All right.
Snoop Dogg perform. My boys was there. Watched the Ducks. I mean, they had just had celebrity after celebrity. I mean,
Man.
pretty much DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
It was huge.
So we're going next time. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
mean,
We're gonna get
Yeah.
press passes because we're in radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Get a media
I wanna
pass.
go.
Yes. So you work for Mark Echo. Where did you bounce to from there? Like after you found out that fashion wasn't for you.
Oh, actually, I went to another fashion company, and I went to I worked for G3, where my other boss was.
G3.
So it kind of came full circle again. Like I started working with him again.
Okay.
And then I was doing that for 4 years. G3, they had like all these licenses, and I was working specifically under Levi's and Tommy Hilfiger.
Okay.
And then
Cool.
yeah, that was my life for the past 4 years in New York. And then after that, I quit and I moved out to LA.
Okay. So were you always doing side projects? Because I met you on a side project.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this
At
is
first, and then when I did the
Side
clothing thing, I did that full time because then
Yeah.
I completely got off the whole graphic and the digital world.
good. Yeah.
I just solely focused on clothing,
Yeah.
and so when I guess that's why I felt like I wasn't growing
Yeah.
because I only did my job and I did nothing outside of that
Right.
for 4 years.
Well,
Yeah.
when you first got into to the art thing, the graphic thing, like what did you want to do when you went to art school?
Clothing.
Okay, so you
I wanted
want
to design stuff to be on T-shirts and like to live on like products. Like I love
Gotcha.
Kid Robot, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
right.
Um,
So you wanted to start your own clothing brand and kind of do all
at first, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you're in it and you see like, if I don't know, you just see like how the business is run and everything.
Yeah.
I just realized it wasn't for me.
Got turned off, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love like what they do. You know, I think everyone's awesome. But it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, fashion took a turn. I mean, we just had a guest that was into fashion. He jumped in, and then it just did this turn, and then all these companies start being bought out by, the umbrella companies,
Yeah.
which they own everything, so they can dictate like kind of where the brand goes and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So I can see that. But you were doing websites.
Mm.
You were doing logos.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
I the illest logos ever. By the way,
Aw,
he
thanks,
made the
man.
Trip Digital logo.
Oh, this the
yeah.
man, huh?
He's a mastermind.
All right,
behind
here
the digital logo.
Hey.
I
And
like
I
that.
can remember,
That's what's
dude, like we had a meeting. We was in his bedroom,
We might need to
Really,
have a
really small
conversation.
bedroom.
I got a couple logos.
and
Yeah.
he was just consulting in your professionalism
Oh, thanks, man.
and his will to, no pun intended, his will to do exactly what you were thinking and bring that character out on the design that he was doing. I'm like, man, this is what this guy do. So for a very long time, I thought you did logos and websites
wow.
until I saw your lookbook for the fashion stuff. I'm like, wow, you're kind of dibbling and dabbling. So you're kind of like the do-it-yourself guy, the millennial.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I guess I'm still millennial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I just seen a bunch of great designs from you, and I just thought like, man, this guy's a true artist.
Ah, man, I really
And
appreciate that.
I
Thank
always
you.
knew that you were looking for your niche and your way into the thing, and I've always thought freelance was for you, because no one can really tell a true artist what to do. I mean, you can join a
Right.
company
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but it's like you still going to find like little things that you're not with,
True.
Right.
because you know it, you've seen it, you've worked with the best. So I've always respected that from you.
Ah,
So
man, thanks.
fast forwarding, okay, New York experience, you did the fashion and stuff like that, but how did LA happen?
Well, I had a whole year after like so I was about to come up with my 4.5 year or 4.5 year.
Yeah.
My old job.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, like what am I doing with my life? You know, like I'm about to turn 30. I was going through like this 30
Crisis.
life crisis. Like it was so bad that I had alopecia, y'all. Like
What is alopecia?
What is
alopecia is
that?
when you get so stressed out that you lose some spot in your hair.
Yeah.
So like
Oh,
there was, I had like some of this like came off, like,
lying.
and I was tripping out. I was like, holy shit, like this is not healthy. So I really like tried to like just
Wow.
dig deep and be like, what do I want, you know?
Sheesh.
And then so like I spent the holidays like traveling. Like I went to visit my friend. I did a solo trip for my birthday, my 30th. I went to Catalina Island by myself. And I just like wanted to reflect, and you know, like I was turning 30, and like I just gotta figure what the hell I want to do.
Yeah.
And that was LA, my LA trip, and then Thanksgiving I went to San Francisco to see if I like San Francisco.
Mhm.
I didn't like San Francisco, so then I went back to New York, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just quit my job, change careers in New York. You know, like I'll do
Yeah.
that. And then one day I like meet up my friends because I used to be part of this group called NY Chirp. They're like the New York Human Rights chapter for the Philippines in New York. They're really dope.
Dope.
Shout out to them. They're really cool.
Alright.
But I was going home with my friend on the train. I had just met him that night too at a party,
Mhm.
a friend's party. And I asked him how long he's been in New York. He was like a year. And then he asked me how long I'd been in New York. And I was like 8 years. And then he just asked me like, why? And I was like,
Yeah.
the whole train ride, I had no answer. I was thinking about like, why the hell am I here for 8 years, you know?
Mm.
And then the next day, like literally the next day, I looked up tickets to come out to LA, called my friend up, and then he told me about my friend who had just bought a place out here in Los
Yeah.
Feliz, and she's looking for a roommate to fill up the second bedroom.
Dope.
And that's how I got out here.
crazy.
Wow.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
just like
just
that.
like
That's
that.
bold. That's bold.
Yeah.
I mean, just to very next day, just decide to move somewhere else.
I pretty much did.
Yo, check
Yeah.
it. I can relate to the 8-year mark in New York because you start to question yourself. You're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck am I doing on
What
this
the
hot ass crowded train?
Ooh.
I could be doing something better with my life, you know? But some people stay past that. If you can talk yourself into staying in New York, you'll be there for 30 years and not even know it.
Yep, that's true.
Right.
I know
that.
cats
Right.
said like, yo, like I plan to be here for 5 years
And then boom,
and now I'm here for 35.
they're retiring
It's
in
like-
New York. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we left off your LA experience. You moved in to
Boom.
that extra bedroom
Yes.
in your friend's house.
Nice place too. It has
What
a
the
washer
hell
and
happened
dryer.
Los
after
Feliz,
that?
that's a nice area.
Los
too.
Feliz is
That's
dope.
a nice, yeah. It's
But
dope.
yo, it has a washer and dryer inside the unit. So I was like, man, that's like an amenity.
That's like a
That's
luxury.
like
Yo,
a luxury.
that's
Coming
luxury.
from the shitty apartments in New York.
I still don't have a
That's
washer.
like-
I still
love
don't have one. So I'm like, that's luxury.
Yo,
right
this
there.
studio's bigger than apartments in New York. You know
Yeah.
that,
yeah,
right?
seriously, this is like a 4-bedroom right here.
Real.
I know. That's yeah.
No, but like, like lugging your shit through the snow to do your laundry, and it's like not even like down the street. It's like 2 avenues and another street.
Yeah.
It's torture.
Yes.
So I'm like, I'm so thankful.
And
that it's
then
right
you
here.
get there, the shit's crowded. So you got to wait on dryers.
Or the machines
Someone might take
broke.
your stuff. You don't know what's gonna
Right.
happen.
Go out for a smoke. You come back.
Like, oh, my
Underwear
underwear's
gone.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like,
love
dang it.
Cali. I love Cali. That's why I've never left.
I know it's hard to leave, man, because you got your space out here, man.
Yeah.
Right.
100.
You know, you
yeah.
can like
So true.
move around and shit. So you move out here from New York to California. Have you ever lived here before? I mean, I know you visited, but
Oh,
do
I
you
lived
know
here for a month.
a month?
I mean, sorry, a summer. When
summer.
I was a kid, not a kid. Sorry, when I was a graduate high school.
I told y'all he's not 31. I told y'all. He just told on himself.
I don't know. Like, I'm actually a baby right now. But yeah, like and I actually had my Cali ID.
Okay.
And I used to go here all the time. I used to say hella a lot because I thought I was from California when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's kind of Bay Area. Though,
Yeah, it's
right?
Bay Area.
Yeah.
Bay Area.
Hella cool, hella this, hella
Hella.
that. You know, actually, the first time that I met you, I think you said hella, and I was like, oh shit, he's from the Bay. My girl from the Bay.
My
So,
mind was
yeah.
still probably like, why am I in New York? I need to be in California.
Yeah,
That was the whole goal. Like since I was a kid, I wanted to live in California.
man, it's hard, yo. So you get out here, and did you have a job when you moved?
No.
All right, okay.
Jobless. What was that one? Yeah, I was jobless. And then I had a trip planned, right? Because I planned it wrong. I wanted to do a sabbatical for a month. 'Cause I've never been to the Philippines. I've never been like I've been out of the country for my sister's wedding, but like not overseas.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never been to the Philippines, you know, like I need to see my peoples and like see where I came from, my roots.
Yeah.
And Asia, like I wanted to see all the other places. And so like me and my friend planned a trip for the whole month of October. And that's when I was supposed to move to LA in November after the trip.
Yeah.
I quit my job in September. Then I did it wrong and I moved in July 4th. So I moved in July 4th, Independence Day.
Okay.
And so like I was like, okay, I'm here. Maybe I can just get like a quick freelance job.
Yeah.
But I realized I couldn't because they only wanted me to hire me for clothes. They didn't want to hire me for what I wanted to do. I wanted to do what I did before, graphics, you know, like I wanted to get back into digital, make apps, all that shit.
Yeah.
And even though like I spent like my first month just like in the house, like making my portfolio, like I made all these fucking projects up. Like I just like did what I wanted to do. And I landed in interviews, but then when I would tell them like my experience, you know, they couldn't see past that. You know, like even though I can show them what I could do, they were like, I realized that LA is more about like, what did you do? In New York, they're like, what can you do? You know, like what can you do and see like that you have the capabilities. But over here, they're kind of like names or like
who you know and
exactly. Like what have you done already? Then,
now
okay, boom,
I can relate.
when you were designing all these like logos and like projects, like what did they look like? Like what was the inspiration for those like designs and like? Because I'm just trying to picture like what you were like if you're behind your computer designing and because I like to I like to draw too, but like I'm just trying to visualize what that looks like for you.
I honestly can't explain it because like I feel like it's a weird process. Like it just lives in your head.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like you can see something and then you can totally know like how you want.
But were you
work.
doing like fonts? Were you doing like?
Oh, for the project?
Yeah, like
no,
yeah.
because I wanted to show that I can do digital. So like I made up a website. I made up like a platform. So I had to before even designing the site, I had to think of a problem that existed and how I could make a solution to it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then that's how I would make like this platform or like how this would like live in the site and like why it would make sense to make this all that kind of stuff.
Right. Got it. Okay.
But yeah,
So you basically have to prove yourself.
Here,
It was
I
back
do.
to square one.
I feel so. I still have to prove myself. You know, like I've only been it for like my first job that I got out in LA was in December.
Yeah.
So I went 4 months without a job. I was like, shit, what am I gonna do?
I mean, you can kind of do that in LA.
True.
I seriously, you can live in a garage for like 10 years and work on your app or your
You ever
web
seen
design
Craigslist?
stuff or
Man,
something like that.
people live off of Craigslist, like barter and
Yeah.
$100 there, $200 there. You know,
True, that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's how a lot of artists live out here in
Yeah,
LA.
True, actually.
Actresses, actors, models,
Live in our cars,
musicians.
yeah.
They just try to do whatever they can just to keep the dream alive.
True.
Hustle.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a great point because like all of my friends when I lived here in LA and I came back, they were still doing the same shit that when I left, but they were just seasoned in it. You know, it's just really, really great and doing what they set out to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you fucking stuck with it. It's like, yeah, like what else is there to do? But New York, on the other hand, you got to have 5 or 6 things going on, and then you kind of forget about your purpose and all that stuff like that because
You
you're
get
making
sidetracked.
money. Yeah, you're
It's
making money
so
at doing
expensive,
other
yeah.
shit. So, and you have to make money, but here it's just a different thing. And so you experienced that. It's like 4 months you went without work.
Yep. And then
Wow.
like I was like trying not to stress.
Were you
out.
unhappy then?
Well, the first month I was like, I gotta get a job.
That's a good question.
And then the second month I was like, you know what? I can't stress out before my trip. Like, so I spent September just enjoying.
Yeah.
I went to like.
Oh, so that was July before.
Yeah. So I moved to July
okay.
4th, and then like the whole month of August I spent like making my portfolio.
Yeah.
Then when I realized that I couldn't get a job, I spent September just chilling out and like just relaxing before the Asia trip. And then Asia went on, and I was like, shit. In my back of my mind, I was like, I have no job to come back to. You know, like I'm like on vacation with no job.
Yeah.
But it felt good. I mean, it felt good just like to see everything. And then I came back, and that's when I got back on my grind. And then I finally got something in December, and then And then
So are
she
you
kept-
still with that situation from December, or was that?
Oh
just
no! So that one ended in February because I got another job. So right now I work for So Will I Am has a company called I Am Plus.
Yes.
And I'm working out with them, but then I'm.
And that's a tech company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like building like
Big up
apps
to
and all that
Will,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
He's dope.
That's
He's
cool.
fucking
He's cool, he's
amazing,
cool.
man. I love Will.
Well, my last day is gonna be next week.
What?
Because I start a new job on Monday.
Yeah.
So
East LA represent.
So-
Will, shout out to Will.
So
East
let's,
LA.
let's talk about that the Will I Am tech experience, because he's been making music, but he's ventured over to this tech thing. I mean, does he really know what he's doing in this technology space?
I feel like I respect him a lot because I like his innovation. You know, he's like an innovative person, just in terms of like what he's thinking and how he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's good ideas,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's such a baby company that they're just still trying to find like what they're gonna excel at, you know, and like how they can like disrupt the game and like disrupt like the whole like AI interface and all that stuff.
I like that.
So I feel like once they like nail that, you know, then it's gonna be
So does he have a bunch of like app designers that are in there just coming up with stuff, experimenting?
Yeah,
or?
so there's like a developing side. There's like
Yeah.
this is the first time I ever worked alongside with like 3D modelers and like
Mhm.
engineers. You know, like a lot
That's
of engineers
cool.
up in there, like sound engineers,
Dope.
speech engineers. It's really cool, and it's a small company though, because like the other visual designer, there was only one visual designer there that was there before I came in,
Okay.
and she did everything. Her name is Jess Cha. She's dope. She did everything. She did like whatever you see, like the packaging, all that stuff, like all her, you know.
Yeah.
And so I came in to help her, but then I also came in to help do like the UI for the app, like the app that they were gonna do.
Okay.
So
That's
those
an
are cool.
exciting industry, man.
Yeah.
Like
It
is,
apps
it
and technology and phones and
Yeah.
all. Like I always trip out like what Silicon Valley looks like with all these like techies and in the Bay too, like San
Yeah.
Francisco. Like that's
Oh, for
it's getting
sure.
hot up there. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just want to be in an office for like one day, like see what goes on and like you
True.
said, models, 3D modeling and all.
It's
that
cool.
Stuff. That's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool, yeah.
Was it actually what
It's
you
exciting.
wanted to do when you got here?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well,
it was
yeah,
like an
that-
intro.
Yeah,
to,
pretty
to-
much.
to your
Like
work.
yeah, because my first job, I feel like the first job that I had here helped me look more presentable, I guess, in terms for recruiters,
Yeah.
because it was an agency,
Mm-hmm.
and then so I don't know. I feel like it's going I guess according to whatever plan, but
Okay.
I'm just in it. Like I'm trying to
you-
just listen and just like follow the gut, you know, follow the
Dope. Dope.
Yeah.
So if you can fast forward and see your future, like what do you ultimately want to do?
I want to ship an app. Like I want to like have an app live on the store. I want people to download that shit, but I also want to be responsible in what I make.
Yeah.
Like I want the app to like serve a purpose and to just be useful, you know, like whether it's an app or like some technology or some type of product.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a responsibility to make it useful. Like
Do you have any ideas yet?
Yeah, you got.
I mean I had a lot of other
Yeah.
ideas in my stuff. Like I wanted to make this like mood app.
No, I'm looking for ideas.
Oh. I was like, do I speak to that? What's that?
Put it down.
I mean, you don't have to say them. It's like, do you have any? You know?
I do.
Mute the
Yeah,
audio on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So dope. So you apps,
Yeah.
apps, technology.
Technology for sure. 100.
That's a long way from where you started with
Yeah.
with the
Clothes.
clothing and
True.
and design. But I mean, it's kind of sort of the same thing. I mean, you're finding design and solving problems and seeing what's out.
That's
in the
what I
world and
love. I
stuff like
realized
that.
that's what I love. Solving
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's what I wanted to hear. I felt like when we met,
Uh-huh.
when you were designing, you know, my first site and everything like that, I felt like you were solving my problems.
Oh shit.
I had this thing in my head, and you just nailed it as
Aw,
far as like, you know, the sound wave and the even down to the lettering, because you made those lettering.
Yeah.
That's not a font.
No.
People are looking for that font to the day. It's like, yo, where'd you get that font from? I'm like, no, this
no
genius,
idea.
Will Conlu, like sketched it and made it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
So it's so good to see you in your space doing what you do on the West Coast, because technology is here. And I always felt like, you know, on the East Coast, technology was being built to be sold. Here, technology is built to be used and built to solve problems and stuff like that. So it's good to see a good person in technology that's going to use that platform and it's going to save some lives. Hopefully, you
Thank
know?
you.
Yeah.
It's like that's what we're for. So we got this question, our last question. I'll let
So,
Lester.
all right. Yeah. Because I know you keep asking it different every
Yeah,
time, and it's like,
yeah.
wait a minute.
Because I try to like customize it to the guest, but I mean, let's just keep it straight
So
and simple.
if there's a superpower this is not a superpower that you would like to have. This is a superpower that you have already. What is that superpower?
I would have to say connecting.
Connecting people, connecting
the dots.
the dots. All right.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's
Maybe
math.
superpower?
Hold on, but that's math, man. And you just told me you can't do math.
Oh, true. Okay, hold on. So I
Kinda,
like
sorta.
connecting the dots like visually. There you go.
Yeah.
So elaborate on that. Like okay, visual. You'll have 5 pictures in your head and you'll put them all together to make one thing, or
Oh shoot,
Like,
maybe
what-
that's not what I meant.
I think
People. I'll say people.
connecting people.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Or ideas like this idea with this idea,
Yes,
maybe
yes,
this
yes,
idea.
that,
okay.
that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So he is.
That is-
he is the collaborator.
Yeah.
Collaborator. There you go. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's
I do
like
love
that's boss.
collaboration.
That's like boss shit right there.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you do the flying thing where you come down and collaborator? Like,
Oh, like a superhero.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the gravel like breaks up.
Yeah, that's
I
what
can
I'm
do
looking
that.
What would the
Okay.
graphic designer's outfit be for like a superhero?
For the
Plain,
collaborator, what would that
plain,
look
I
like?
plain.
Plain.
I just like this.
All right. Blend
to
in.
keep it simple,
Blend
yeah.
in. Yeah.
No tights.
Incognito collaborator.
Incognito.
Okay.
Incognito. I
Dope.
realized, yeah, just gotta keep it simple, man. That's
Dope.
what I love, yeah.
Most
All right.
definitely.
One last question. For an up and coming artist, designer that wants to get into the tech world, what would you tell them? Like, what advice would you give them?
Go for it. Just do it.
Dope.
Like if you feel it, like I listen to your gut too, you know?
So,
And just meditate. Honestly, I feel like meditation
Yeah,
is
that's a
so
big
key.
mm.
Yeah.
Because you just quiet yourself, you shut everything out, and you just listen to like you have all the answers, you know, or like not all the answers, but you have most of the answers already. Just
Dope.
like if you can listen to it or not.
All right, there you have it. Will
I like
Conlu,
that.
Trip Digital Sound
Will.
Art
thank
Expression.
you.
More
Nice
art.
to meet you, Will.
Yeah,
Nice to
thank
meet
you,
you, man.
Good stuff, baby.
Yeah.
right.
Welcome to LA.
Thank you.
What's up?
Indeed. Peace.